What is going on, guys? This is Versatile Gaming with my review of Tokyo Ravens episode 18. And this episode, it was definitely pretty good. I really enjoyed that middle part about Natsume's father because that right there was just freaking epic. So the episode starts off with Harutora and Natsume. They're on this roof and they're talking, and we learn that it's been a year, and I'm wondering, at what point did this time skip start? Because I'm wondering if it's from the start of the series, or maybe a year has passed since that incident where Natsume's identity was revealed. Because that right there was the most important thing. So I'm imagining that a year passed since then. But I do recall that not too long ago we actually got like a 2-month time skip. So it's possible that it could have been 10 more months since then, and that right there could have been when the year fully went by. At least that's what I'm thinking. I'm not really sure, but I just know that right now a year has passed in this series. And so right now, Natsume and Harutora, they're talking, and of course, they're thinking about everybody else, but mainly about Kyoko, because we all know that she had like a major problem when Natsume, being a girl, was actually revealed because she actually called her a liar. But I still think that right there was like mainly for Harutora. But we see that when Natsume was smiling, Harutora, he actually thought about Hokuto, and we see that like Kon appeared because apparently Harutora was actually sending her too much spirit energy, so it's kind of making her kind of spaz out and a little bit uncomfortable. Because now we see that once they're back in their dorm, he was actually controlling it, and Kon, she was saying that his spirit energy, it was very unstable, but he claimed that right now he was controlling it very easily. So I'm thinking that maybe thinking about Hokuto, it actually worked him up some, and because we all know that the Harutora definitely loved her. So I'm pretty sure that he still thinks that Natsume could still be Hokuto. And I'm hoping that eventually she will tell him, rather keep it some secret, because I mean at this point it is about time that she tells him the truth. Because I'm hoping that for this entire series she's not planning on hiding that, because right now it's kind of pointless. Because especially now with her being a girl, I'm pretty sure if she told him that now, then people wouldn't freak out if they started dating. I mean, it's obvious that Natsume loves him, and Harutora definitely loves her. Even if she does come out to reveal as Hokuto, I'm pretty sure that it would have changed the feelings that they have for each other. But we see now the school, it is now fully repaired, and we have all these students returning to it, and we see that while Natsume, Toji, and Harutora, while they were walking, we see the other students staring at them. So clearly they were expecting this, because they were saying that by now everybody probably knows about Natsume, so it made sense that they would all look at her. But then we have Tenma and Suzuka, and Tenma was still acting normal, and even Suzuka, she'd actually changed, because we all know that she was kind of rather cold to them. But now it's like they're all friends, and we see that she's rather shy around them now, and she's very nice. And so the only one that they're missing from the gang here, it was Kyoko. But when they go to school now, of course everybody is still watching them in the class. But when Natsume actually goes up to them and and bow towards them, we actually see that the students, that they aren't mad at her or anything. It's not like they're gonna treat her differently, but they all start to thank her, and and they still treat her like she's the person that she always was, because we see that they're all still friendly, and they're thanking her for saving their lives, because we all know when Shaver had went crazy and that spirit disaster happened, Natsume and Harutora, they protected them all. Well, actually, it was everybody in their gang, protecting them. So they were all very grateful for that, and they definitely were not mad at Natsume at all. So I am glad that nobody is really treating her differently, except for Kyoko, because we see when she came in there, and even when class was over, she did not say one word, and she was just walking away from them. And we have Harutora here, who actually ran up to her to apologize, because he was calling out to her, but Kyoko was just ignoring him. So then we go back to the flashback here, because when they were talking, Kyoko kept bringing that up, and she was saying that the boy that she met back then, it was definitely a guy, even though Harutora was denying it, he finally remembered. And it seems that, you know, the reason why Kyoko was acting like that, it was because she had lost her ribbon. But Harutora, you know, was so nice and kind to her, she like fell in love with him right there. And so apparently Harutora, he made a promise with her to like find her ribbon because it was like very important to her. And so that right there was the promise that he made with her. And now that he remembered that, we kind of see that Kyoko, she actually feels kind of upset, because we see that when she's alone, she's very depressed, and she was actually going to apologize for the way she acted and make up with them, but you know, that plan kind of failed there. So now it's kind of awkward between them, especially with Harutora, because now he remembers this like promise that he made with her, even though, you know, he had forgotten before. So we go back to the Kyoko, and Suzuka actually comes there, and even though, you know, it might not seem like it, she was actually, you know, trying to cheer Kyoko up by trying to get her to be upset. And it was just so cute the way that, you know, she was doing it, and it was like rather funny as well. But we see that, you know, this poster or whatever it was that, you know, she was trying to hide, it actually went out her hand, and we see that she actually wants to invite them all, or maybe it's just Harutora, to this fireworks festival. But now Kyoko, she actually planning on making up with them so that they can all enjoy the festival together. And it's just so cute how we seen this like friendship and bond between Kyoko and Suzuka, because at this point they're like best friends. So then we go back to Natsume and Harutora, and we learn that this, you know, estate that Harutora's father lives at, we see that it's now burned down. So then we go back to the past night, and it was 6 hours before, you know, this fire was reported, or it was 6 hours before her father had disappeared. And we see that, you know, he was there just, you know, relaxing in his own home, and we have this mage come here, and she actually wants to bring him into custody. But the thing is, she doesn't know why. She's just following this order that will like give it to her. But of course, it's not going to be that easy, as we see that this woman, you know, has come in to stop her. So we learned that this mage that has come there, she's like a barrier expert, and she earned the nickname Bond Princess, I think it was. And then we have this other mage as well, who is fighting to protect Natsume's father, and she has so many nicknames like Lightning Flash Lady. I forgot some of the others, but the name that, you know, she was most known for, or at least this name that, you know, someone had actually heard of her remembered, it was called Human Power Generator. And for some reason, she had found that name very nasty, and I'm not sure why, because, you know, that name right there actually does not sound that bad. I actually like it a lot. But we have this like awesome fight between these two. And these barriers, I had no idea that a barrier could be, you know, so powerful. But, you know, this Bond Princess, she actually impressed me. But more importantly, you know, this Human Power Generator, she also impressed me as well, because her power, or, you know, her magic, I guess, over electricity, that right there was just so freaking awesome. I actually liked that a lot. And so we see that, you know, that this mage, she's actually a familiar, and of course she belongs to Natsume's father. And not only that, but he also has this other powerful familiar as well, who actually rendered, you know, all these other guys, you know, kind of useless, because he took him out. And we see that the Bond Princess barriers, it actually wasn't working on him, because every time that she like tried to use one, he kind of pulled like an Obito as he was like walking right through them, and that right there was just pretty awesome. So it seems that, you know, that the reason why her barriers were not working on him, because it was like he was a clone, because we see that, you know, at the end of it, his body turned into a talisman, and we see that the real one, not only has he freed the other familiar, but he also freed Natsume's father as well. But then we have one of the divine generals, Miyachi, I believe that right there what his name was. He actually came there, and we see that the Human Power Generator, she actually kind of like freaked out. Well, not really freaked out, but her reaction, it was definitely one that I did not expect. But we see that, you know, this guy is definitely a force to be reckoned with, because not only is he powerful, but he actually had the Bomb Princess to like strengthen the barriers around this place. There's probably going to be an awkward cut in this video, but sorry guys, somebody had called me, so I kind of had to like start the review to go handle something. But back to what I was saying, Mayachi, he actually wanted the Bomb Princess to like strengthen the barrier around the place because he did not want to be responsible for bringing any of the neighbors, you know, into this battle. So we see that this guy is definitely powerful, and I'm guessing, you know, he's the one that, you know, had destroyed the place. But sadly, he actually defeated both of the familiars, and I'm not sure what other familiars that Natsume's father actually had. But we see that, you know, he actually lost a Raven coat. So I do wonder, you know, is he alright or did they kill him? Because I definitely want to know what's going on with that. But now that the Raven coat is in Kyoko's father's hand, I wonder, you know, what's it going to do with it. But we see that when Kyoko, when she was like walking out of the school or somewhere, we have Takika, and she actually wanted Kyoko to show her where Natsume's classroom is. So I'm pretty sure in the next episode we are definitely gonna see Takika actually fight, and I'm definitely looking forward to that because I want to see, you know, how powerful she is. Because if she was able to fight that Divine Fan guy, even though, you know, it really wasn't her body or something, I'm still, you know, unaware of that situation, you know, because why would she, you know, take that form of a guy when she's a woman, you know, rather than posing as an actual older woman herself? You know, that right there is kind of odd. But if she does bring out the familiars that she actually used in that battle, then I'm pretty sure that our friends here, they are definitely going to be in trouble next time. But I also forgot to bring this up, but what's the name? Haruto's father, he actually contacted him, you know, saying that they were all right, you know, right before they had learned about what happened on the news. So I do wonder, you know, did it go after Haruto's father as well? Because that right there would be kind of weird, because we all know, or, you know, it's reported that Natsume's father had the Raven coat. So I don't get why they would go after Haruto's father as well. But like I said, this episode, it was pretty freaking good. It was definitely a solid episode. Like, that middle part right there, that right there was definitely the highlight. I love that fight. It was just so epic. I love the animation that they do for whenever people use magic. It is just so beautiful. But as always, guys, please do not forget to like the video and subscribe, because it really helps me out. But as always, you guys take it easy, and I will see you all next time.